Hi again, this is George from danzan.com, and we're looking at how to find kanji if we don't necessarily know what they are. And we're using JWP, or Japanese Word Processor. I'm using JWPce, as we see here. And when we last left off, we were looking at the character kan that's in the word kanji that you can kind of see here behind the pop-up window. Kanji. Kanji. We saw in an earlier lesson, we saw this character G, which means a letter or character. So, okay, so let's look at a little more of this one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this, and let's pretend that we didn't know what this character was. This first character here, we have no clue as to what it is, and that's a common thing for people who don't necessarily are not real familiar with the Japanese language. You go into a bus terminal and you see a sign and you say, I don't know what that means, and so this would be a way to find out what that means. Although when you're in the bus terminal, pulling out a laptop and going into JWP probably wouldn't be a very helpful thing. But anyway, you get the idea. And as I mentioned in the last video, I used this quite extensively when I was translating the scrolls of the jujitsu style that I study, and it was very, very helpful in finding some very obscure kinds of kanji. So let's look at this guy right here and see if we can find it using some of the tools that we have at our fingertips here. Okay, so the first one is let's try to find it using let's see, is it this one? Yes, it's this one, the radical lookup tool. So in the last video we talked about radicals, and they're also called the bushu, and so we're going to use this tool to help us find whatever this kanji is. So again, the experiment here is we're given this particular squiggle, as my friend Mike likes to call them, the little squiggles here. We look at that and we say, oh, what the heck is that? So let's try to find it using the radicals. So let's suppose we know something about kanji and that they have these radicals. Okay, so I'm going to click on this button, and a pop-up window appears, and it says up here at the, I'm going to move this over a little bit, it says up here, radical lookup. And then underneath we have all of these other squiggles that look very, very foreign to us if we don't speak Japanese, right? But we do see some numbers. We see 1, we see 2, we see 3, we see 4, and so forth up to 17. Okay, well, what does that mean? What that means is that these radicals here, these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 radicals only have one stroke. So this only has one stroke, this one only has one stroke, this one only has one stroke, this one only has one stroke, and so on, okay? Now these, and there are a bunch of those, have 2 strokes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so forth and so on, okay? And even this one here, it's 1 and then 2 is that little flag on the side there, okay? And then these have 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3, okay? And so on, all the way up to 17 strokes. And if we were able to, or if we had the patience, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 17 there, okay? So let's look at this character and see if there are any things that appear like they're part of this character, okay? And the radical lookup, you can look up any part of the kanji that you find in here, if you see it in here, you can click on it. Although it might not be the particular radical, the official radical of that kanji, this will allow us to find pieces of that kanji and put them together in this window up here, the matches. So the first one let's look at, let's just kind of scan through here. And as we scan through, there's one, let's see, there's one that's going to pop up, oh, look at this right here. This one appears to be in that kanji because it has that little line with two vertical lines on it, that little top part there. So let's click on that and see what happens. When you click on that, a couple of things happen. One, a bunch of kanji appear up here. Okay? And we notice that there's a slider bar, so we can slide and move through. Oh my goodness, look at all of the different kanji that we've got. So this seems like a very daunting task. Don't be discouraged. It's going to get better real quick here. Okay, and also you notice that sometimes the kanji have other forms. If you remember in the last video, I said that the water radical has this form with these three dots, but it's also the word for water takes a different form that hopefully we'll see here in a minute. So this one has this form as well. Okay. And if I remember correctly, this is the grass radical, or the plant radical. I think it's grass. So that's what that says. Anyway, so let's now see if we can find any other parts of this radical. Well, we talked about the water radical. Let's see if we can find that. Now, how many strokes does that have? That has 1, 2, 3 strokes. So we can narrow down our search by saying, okay, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So let's scan through the 3-stroke radicals and see if we can find water. Well, okay, there we go. Haven't found it yet. Oh, no, there's 3 dots, but there are 3 dots on the top, and these are 3 dots on the side. So that's probably not it. Let's keep going. Move down to the next line. Go for, oh, there's 3 things. I don't know about that one. Let's keep going, we 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 keep going. I think you're seeing something. Now there's 3 dots to the side. Could it be that one? I don't know. Let's just keep going, see what happens. And lo and behold, there's something that looks very similar to the 3 dots right there. And that one's a little bit similar, but let's click on this one and see what happens. Okay, and if we look up at our list here, we see that looks pretty similar to those guys. All right, so now notice that our scroll bar became much wider, so that means there's a whole lot less to choose from. So we'll go over here, we'll just kind of scan through here and see if anything pops out at us. That doesn't look familiar. Okay, it's got the grass radical and the water radical there, but it's not quite the same. Oh, what's that one? Is that one similar? Not really. So let's keep going, let's keep going. Oh, what about this one? This one has some little legs at the bottom, but that little box there, the line's going horizontal, and this line here is going vertical in our box. So that's not probably the right one. Let's keep going. And we go and go, oh, look at this. So let's see, it's got the 3 dots for the water, it's got the little grass thing at the top, it's got the box with the vertical thing, it's got the 2 lines. That looks like it's it. So let's go ahead and click on that, and we can get info on that particular selection, clicking on it, and that looks exactly the same as that one. And if you look over here to the right, it says Sino or China. You might remember that one. And Kan and Han. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let's close that, and we're going to insert that into the file, or we can copy it to the clipboard if we want to. But let's insert that into our file. And there we go. So that is that particular radical. So we have success. And again, this is, let's pretend like this was on a piece of paper or on a wall or an old scroll or document, and we're trying to find out what this says. So we've now identified it and put it into a digital form that we can use and we can identify and find. So there you go. So that's our first finding a kanji using JWP. And as we go on, the next series of videos, we're going to look at some more of those. Some of them complicated, some of them simple, but I think you'll enjoy them. So stay tuned.